temporary intro until I figure out something cool, and creative for all of you guys,
Hello and welcome to this week's vlog. There was plenty of news about shootings and elections, but there wasn't so much about health, but I was able to find some interesting articles. But before we get into that, I want to show you something that I purchased last week that I was really excited about. The preface for this product is that I had a reoccurring neck and shoulder injury. It would present itself like a kink or a really sharp pain. It would keep me up at night. And this is what the chiropractor recommended that I do. She had recommended that I get some orthotic custom insoles for my shoes. And these custom orthotic insoles are supposed to realign your hips so that you don't have a strong dominant weight-bearing side. It also helps with flat feet, and they found that one of my feet, the arch, is failing. Now, I've had these custom orthotics for a little bit over a week now, and I've had a lot of interesting and positive results from them. The first being I feel more rooted and connected to the ground. I haven't really figured out whether this is because of the magnets that they have inside the insoles or whether it's because they're a custom fit and I feel planted no matter how I shift my weight. My weight always feels balanced in the right place. My ankle stability has improved dramatically. I'm now able to run on a treadmill without fear that my ankle is going to roll and I'm just going to fall off the thing. The part I love most about my new orthotic insoles is that they make me feel like I can walk on the walls or on the ceiling. The part that I like the least is their cost. The total cost for me to get one pair of insoles between the mold and the insoles was $500. And that's kind of pricey. But it's one of those things that's going to last a couple of years, and it's increased the quality of my life, my active life, so much that I find it totally worth it. It makes any shoe feel like a custom shoe, and these days I couldn't live without it. I can't wait to see all the improvements in my posture and in other places that I haven't even predicted because of my new insoles throughout the year.
Yahoo!
So this week in health news, there's one article that stood out among the rest, and that was Feds order California pot dispensaries to shut down. So this is a big win for all these governments and a big loss to all those people who like to indulge in smoking pot and other drugs. I learned my lesson from smoking pot and using other drugs when I was a lot younger. And that is all those liberating things like drugs, alcohol, and tobacco seem liberating when you're a teenager and going to college and all that stuff. It turns into shackles, and I find out later in life that it is more of a form of slavery than it is something that's liberating. It's just you're always chained to a cigarette. You're always chained to your pot pipe, your vodka shot glass every weekend. And that's the only thing that's on your mind when you want to celebrate. Don't take this the wrong way. I want people to have the freedom of choice. I just don't really want people to think that getting drunk or getting stoned or smoking cigarettes is the only way to have fun and the only liberating experiences you're going to have on a regular basis. The next article came from active.com, and it was called 7 Ways to Solve Your Posture Problems. I was just talking with a buddy this weekend over the football game about posture, and active.com just happened to post out an article. It covers I'd say about 8 different posture problems that are very common that most people who don't exercise with a personal trainer or exercise at all for that matter generally have. The final article is the featured article on my website this week, and it's in the Conversational Physiology section. It's called The Anatomy of a Cell. It's just fundamental, like textbook information about the cell, and it's progressing from previous articles. So that's good. That whole series, every article builds on the next. So if you get lost, you can always jump back to a previous article or jump back to the beginning and read it all the way through, which is the way I recommend you do it. Lastly, I wanted to talk about a new web series that I plan to do based on a conversation I had this weekend, which is going to be called Overweight Physics. Now, I don't have time to actually shoot and develop this web series until next year, but I promised a friend that I would do a video about it, and I kind of expanded on it. He wanted to know more about center of gravity and the mechanics of the human body, stuff that I'm not a master of, and I need some time to do all the research, and I need some time to shoot it. I will try to make at least some articles along the way that you and everybody else can read if this is a topic that interests you. For the time being, I put up links to 4 different videos on YouTube that were not done by me, but they're really good. They're done by different personal trainers, and they show you how to do some fundamental exercises that are great for posture and ones that people with weight management problems tend to forget. So definitely check those out in the description below. That concludes this week's episode. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.
This is the outro that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. It goes on and on, my friends. This is the outro that never ends. This is the outro that never